Well, Georgia voters helped create several history-making political firsts in 2021, including selecting 2 new senators to represent the Peach State. But change didn't stop there. All year long, voters made their way to the polls and voted for something or someone new. 41 NBC's Shelby Coates takes a look at new leadership in 2021 from the top to the bottom of the ballot.
Historic upgrades are coming to Macon and Middle Georgia.
They are the new kids on the Senate block. Voters started off the year by sending 2 new Democratic senators to Washington to represent the Peach State. Jon Ossoff defeated incumbent Republican Senator David Perdue, and Raphael Warnock beat out the recently appointed Republican Senator Kelly Loeffler. Their wins gave Democrats control of the U.S. Senate, just as the newly elected President Joe Biden took office.
Whatever you do, get out and vote.
In Middle Georgia, voters elected several new mayors to lead their communities in a new direction.
Thank you, and thank you.
Most recently, LaRonda Patrick made history, becoming the first female and the first black elected mayor of Warner Robins. She beat out incumbent Mayor Randy Toms in a November runoff election. The transition comes as the city faces a $423,000 tax lien.
Let's work together.
Fort Valley residents also elected a new mayor this year, but not without some controversy. Mayor Barbara Williams announced in August she would not seek re-election. Councilman Lamario Brown and businessman Jeffrey Lundy vied for her position. But Lundy was removed from the ballot after the election supervisor ruled he didn't live in the city limits. Lundy challenged the ruling and the Superior Court ordered his name back on the ballot. In the end, voters elected Lundy, and a recount proved he won by just 19 votes. The Dublin mayor's election was less dramatic. Former Mayor Phil Best announced his retirement in February after 22 years of service. Joshua Kite would get the position after running against former city councilman Jerry Davis. And in Macon-Bibb County, attorney Lester Miller took office as mayor after winning his runoff election in 2020. The new mayor got to work fighting blight, COVID spread, and crime. But that wasn't the only new face in Macon-Bibb this year. Attorney Anita Howard made history when she took office as district attorney for the Macon Judicial Circuit. She is the first woman of color to lead the office. She got to work hosting a series of virtual Q&A sessions and published a magazine to demonstrate office transparency. But that transparency was questioned in June when she was a no-show for a media roundtable discussion. By October, 6 assistant district attorneys and a senior ADA resigned from the office.
We have over 105 years worth of prosecution experience.
And a new face is leading the Houston County District Attorney's Office too. Former DA George Hartwig retired in September after serving in the post since 2010. Chief Assistant District Attorney William Kendall stepped into the role of acting DA. In 2 months, he hired 8 additional prosecutors, some from Bibb County. Middle Georgia saw new leadership in the field of education too. Dr. Mac Bullard left the Bibb County School District in February to lead the Twiggs County school system as superintendent. And soon there will be a new Bibb County School District superintendent. That's because current leader Dr. Curtis Jones announced in September he would retire at the end of the school year after 7 years in the role. A nationwide search is underway for his replacement. Leadership roles changed at Robins Air Force Base too. The base held a June ceremony to welcome its newest installation commander, Colonel Lindsay Droz. Leading 2,000 personnel at Robins, she joined several other female leaders at the base, including Brigadier General Jennifer Hammerstedt.
I was Atlanta raised, but Macon made.
The highest court in Georgia welcomed a new justice in 2021. Governor Brian Kemp selected a judge with Macon ties to serve on the state Supreme Court. Judge Verda Colvin served in the Macon Judicial Circuit and the Court of Appeals for the Middle District. In July, she filled the seat of retiring Chief Justice Harold Melton. And now the question remains, will Georgia see new leadership in 2022? Back in July, Governor Brian Kemp stopped in Perry to kick off his campaign for re-election. He was one of the first to announce his intention to run. Now several others have entered the race, including Republicans Vernon Jones and David Perdue, as well as Democrat Stacey Abrams, all vying to lead Georgia as we head into a new year. Shelby Coates, 41 NBC News.
And we also saw leadership change hands at the Macon-Bibb County Fire Department. Assistant Fire Chief Shane Edwards became the interim chief following the retirement of Chief Marvin Riggins. And just last month, the Macon Water Authority Board selected Joey Leverett as the new executive director and president following the retirement of Tony Rojas.